Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So this is part two of the Tamiya Stadium Thunder build. Obviously in part one we got the chassis complete with all the electrics, brushless system, aeration, shocks, fully ball raced. So as I say, it's time to do the cosmetic sides of it. So in this video we'll be masking, painting, decaling the shell. We'll also do the tyre writing on the tyres. So let's have a closer look. So we're going box art with the shell, which you kind of need to do with this because the lovely decals match the colour of the tyres and what have you, and it looks absolutely great. So the main colour for the truck shell is Tamiya PS5, which is bog standard black. You also have a little bit of detail work on the back of the truck. It's quite difficult to see, I know, but there's these raised arms. Now these need to be white, and I'd like to do this chunk silver, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start masking it off and just seeing how it goes, because ideally it needs to be, for me, the easiest way would to be mask on the outside and actually paint the white first, and then spray the black. But if I do that, it's going to put black backing on the white and it's going to make the white really dark, and I don't want to take that risk, and I certainly don't want to mask it, paint it white and then mask over it again, because that's pointless. So what I'm going to try to do is mask on the inside of these lines and then paint the whole body black, and then when that's finished it's just a case of whipping the masking off and just cut a couple of coats of white on these bits. So as always, I always use a Tamiya masking tape. It's just so much better. Never ever use bog standard masking tape because it just doesn't do the job. So we've got that, as I say, we've got the lovely decals to stick on. So we need to get cracking. Obviously the shell came to me, it was already cut, and the window masks had been fitted and they're just starting to lift slightly. So I'll have to go over that and I'll have to give it a clean because it's got some, well, it's just a bit gunked up with certain residues, so I need to do that before spraying. But the first job is to see if I can get this masking done. So it's going to be quite tricky actually, but anyway, we'll give it a go. So let's see how we go. Well, that was horrendous. I hated every second of that. I'm not a great painter, and that for me, that's tricky masking, and I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, and I'm not sure if there's going to be any runs, but we've got the polycarbonate cleaner to take the paint off if there's any mistakes. But it's, God, yeah, I didn't like that one bit. As I say, we're not really going to know what it's like until it's painted. So let's now just clean the inside of this shell out, and we'll start getting the black on there. Right, that's the shell sprayed. Got a really nice black sort of gloss finish to it. Looks great. Still got the protective layer over it, so it looks a little bit dull. So the next stage now, I gave that about two and a half coats. Paint went on really easily. So I guess the next thing now is to decide what I want to do with this. Now ideally, what I think the box art is, these struts are all white and this is black as well, but I masked this off because I wanted to do the struts all white, but I wanted to do this section in silver, but I'm debating whether I'm going to do it now. It seems like a bit of extra work masking and that, and I don't know if the effect is going to be great. Whereas if I just take it all and spray all this white, so you'll have this extra chunk, which it'll add more detail to it. And then in the decals, you get these two silver grills that go on these two little humps. So I'm kind of debating what to do. But the next thing is now, we'll take the masking. Well, we'll leave the window masks in, but we'll get this off and see what it looks like. that's the masking off. It looks okay. The lines are definitely not, or some of the lines are definitely not dead straight. There's some paint that's crept, which will probably look a lot worse once it's painted white. And I can also say that I've missed some black here. I've not missed, but it's, if you hold it up to the light, I don't know if you can see it, it's down here. Obviously when the chassis's in, you're not gonna, when it's on the car, you're not gonna see that, but I could really do with touching that up. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll probably do that with marker later. I'll get the paint to dry and then we'll just go over it. In fact, that's what I'll do. So now, I'm not gonna do the silver. I'm gonna go the rest of it in Tamiya PS white. So we'll give this a few coats. There's nothing to mask because the window masks we're leaving on. So we'll just give this a couple of coats and then we'll go from there. Right guys, that's the truck painted, the white's on, I've taken the protective cover off and it's a great finish, I've got to be honest. It's collecting a bit of dust at the moment, but it's a really nice sort of gloss black finish. I set the body posts with the clips underneath to get the body in the right position. And that's turned out well, so quite chuffed with that. It looks pretty cool. In fact, it looks really cool, and that back section's turned out really well actually, considering the little blemish here, which I don't think I can do much about, but it's not the end of the world. So next stage now, I've cut the decals out, so let's get the decals on. Right, that's her finished, and she looks superb, to be honest. I have to say those decals were an absolute pig to fit, just horrendous. This truck body shell's got loads of tucks and shapes on it, and every decal has to fold around something, especially down here at these edges. So we might have to revisit that at some point if it starts to lift. But overall, I'm happy with it. This is one of those trucks that actually looks better with less decals on. When I was looking at this truck, when I was thinking of getting it, I looked at Google, and a lot of them don't put all the Stadium Thunder decal on, and they just put the truck decals on the lights and the grille and stuff, and in the black, and it does look superb. And I'm kind of wondering now, does it look any better when it's sort of in its box art? But anyway, it's done now. So, yeah, I'm chuffed with that. The overall building of the chassis, putting the electrics in and that, you know, it went pretty straightforward, and the aeration shocks are lovely. It's really smooth. If he's got this noise when I move it slowly, you do it fast, it sounds fine, but if you do it slowly, that doesn't sound great. So, I mean, obviously in the part 1 video I took the gearbox apart, so the only thing I can think what that might be is the pinion is too far through, because on the spur gear it's got a lip around it. I don't think it is that, because I checked, but I'm just going to give it a double check, and if it's not that, then I'm guessing it's just a noise it makes. As I say, that sounds normal. I love the way the front end settles. So, anyway, I'll shut up. So, obviously it's time to get her running now, so this should be great, but at the moment, obviously I'm in Canada and it's winter and it's just atrocious out there. So we'll get the part 3 video made as soon as we can. So, once again, thank you for watching. If you are new to this, if you could consider please liking and subscribing to support us, that would be absolutely awesome. And most of all, happy RCing.